Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do a special video in honor of this movie right here, Avengers Endgame, that was released yesterday on Blu-ray. Today I want to go over my MCU Blu-ray collection. It's been up and down over the years. I had some stuff, I sold some stuff, but I want to start off with this thing right here, my Phase 1 collection. This is my Tesseract Collection. And I found this at FYE on sale for $120. And before this, I had the entire phase on Blu-ray, and I had Captain America, First Avengers, and Thor and Avengers all on Blu-ray or 3D Blu-ray. I was really big in 3D. You'll notice like a lot of these are 3D. And when I seen this, I realized that they came with not only the Blu-rays, but the 3D versions as well. So what I did was, I went to FYE, traded in my entire Phase 1, and I took that money and I added to, I put a little bit of my own money into it, and I bought this thing, and this thing is awesome. This is a replica of the briefcase with the Tesseract in it from the first Avengers movie that Nick Fury had. And this also comes with all the movies on Blu-ray: Iron Man, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, Thor in 3D Blu-ray, and Captain America and Avengers all in 3D Blu-ray. It also comes with like fun little things like port files and a special bonus disc and all kinds of sorts of things. And this thing I just thought was really awesome. And I don't take it out much, only when I'm like kind of in the mood to watch some of those older movies. I really enjoy this thing, and it's a great collector's piece to have. I don't know how much they go for nowadays, but it's something I saw that I just had to have as a Marvel fan. Also, I have the Incredible Hulk from Phase 1. Now you guys are probably wondering, like, why do you just have Incredible Hulk for Phase 1? Well, like I said, I don't open this thing up, very often, and I wanted to get them all again, right? I wanted to buy Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Captain America. Like, I wanted to rebuy the entire Phase 1 individually. So when I wanted to watch one of these movies, I don't have to open this whole thing up in order to just watch the movie. And I seen the store had this Incredible Hulk. It was $5. Came with the slipcover. My movies have to have slipcovers, guys. If I go to a store and it looks like this, I can't buy it. It has to have the slipcover. Because when I put all my movies together, I want them all uniformed. I want them all looking nice, clean, crisp. And I seen this for $5 and I picked it up. And I wanted to get the rest of Phase 1, but the problem was I could not find them with the slipcovers. And I don't want to order them on Amazon because if they don't come with the slipcover, then basically I just wasted my money. So I'm kind of finicky about that, but I got to have my slipcover. But eventually I'll get to the rest of Phase 1. I'll probably start getting them all as they come out in 4K. Then we get Phase 2, and right here to start it off is Iron Man in Blu-ray 3D. Like I said, you'll see a lot of 3Ds. I was buying all 3Ds. I had a 3D TV at one point before I lent it out and got destroyed, but now my PlayStation VR also plays 3D, so I can still go back and rewatch these in 3D anyway. But I got Iron Man 3 in 3D, a film. You guys know how I feel about Iron Man 3. Definitely not the best Iron Man movie, and probably one of the worst MCU movies. Captain America Winter Soldier in 3D. If I recall, when this came out, they had different covers. I believe they had a Captain America cover, a Winter Soldier cover, a Falcon cover, and of course, I got the Black Widow cover. Man, I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Black Widow. Thor: Dark World, another one. Phase 2 had some lemons in the phase. Thor: Dark World and Iron Man 3 was definitely some lemon. But got this in 3D. I think I only seen this movie like twice. I think I seen it in theaters, and I think I saw it in 3D when I picked it up at home. But yeah, just not one of my favorites. But speaking of something that was better than the lemons, is Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a movie like we all didn't know what to expect. I will have to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite 3D movies to watch. I love the way they go from the different aspect ratios for the 3D. It just keeps you really engaged, and I really enjoy this movie in 3D. Avengers Age of Ultron 3D. This is a movie I loved. It definitely doesn't hold up as much now as it did then, but it's still a movie I like. I really like Hawkeye and Black Widow's connection, and I really like, you know, Vision. So there's things to like in the movie. Just overall, it's probably my least favorite Avengers movie, but this is another one that's pretty solid in 3D. Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man to end Phase 2. A lot of people give this slack, saying it's basically just a rehash of the first Iron Man. It kinda is, but it's a movie that I enjoy. I really like this movie a lot, and I really like going back and rewatching that first one, especially in 3D. And the final 3D movie that I own in my collection, because they pretty much stopped selling 3D Blu-rays here in the United States, is the movie that starts Phase 3, which is Captain America Civil War. Love the airport scene. Villain's motive really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, his motive makes sense. His plan just doesn't make a lot of sense. But Captain America Civil War, the last of my 3D movies. Doctor Strange. This is just a regular Blu-ray. I did not buy this when it first came out. I kind of held back on it. I liked the movie, but I didn't want to run out and have to buy it right away. And I seen it at FYE pre-owned with the slipcover, pretty cheap. I think it was like $7, so I picked it up. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Really didn't care for this movie all that much. That's why I didn't get the 4K version, because I believe this was the first of the 4K versions to be released. And I liked the movie, but not enough to get the 4K version. And this was another one that I got at FYE just because I wasn't, you know, eager to pick this thing up, because I was a little disappointed in the theaters. Speaking of disappointed, Spider-Man Homecoming. Why did I get this in 4K? Even though I said I didn't really care for Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, I figured the special effects with him swinging and the spider web and the vulture, I just figured the special effects would look better. And it was my first ever Spider-Man movie to get on 4K, and I really wanted to see how it was going to look. Didn't make the movie any better. The visuals, decent. Thor Ragnarok. Now this is an awesome movie. I love this movie. Definitely in my top 10 favorite MCU movies. Even better in 4K. Love what Taika did. Love Tello. Love Valkyrie. Just great movie. Now this is one I'm a little disappointed in not getting the 4K version. And I'll explain why I didn't get the 4K version. Because when I did my Black Panther review, my channel really blew up. I wasn't expecting my channel to blow up. I went from 2,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers pretty much overnight. All because of this little movie right here. So to try to build my subscriber base, I was doing a giveaway. I think I gave away like 3 copies of Black Panther. So I had to get 4 copies. I had to buy my copy and buy 3 other copies to give away. And I wanted to get the 4K copy, but the 4K copy was like $30, $35. And I had to buy 3 additional copies on regular Blu-ray for the giveaway. So I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So I went the cheap route and got the $20 Blu-ray for my collection, but I was always planning on upgrading to the 4K. But since I wanted to do that, I have not been able to find the 4K with the slipcover. And like I said, I have to have a slipcover. I cannot have one movie in my MCU collection without that slipcover, because it'll just ruin everything. It'll just ruin everything. But I gotta keep my eye out for this in 4K with the slipcover, because I really need to upgrade this thing. Ant-Man and the Wasp in 4K. The only reason why I have this in 4K, because I bought this at Black Friday at Best Buy, really cheap. I think this thing was like $7. It was like $6.99 or something insane, because I did not buy this when it first came out. I was extremely disappointed. I have never been so disappointed in my life for, you know, I wasn't really looking forward to Thor 2, so I wasn't really disappointed when it was a letdown. This I was really looking forward to, because I loved the first movie, and I was extremely let down in the theater, so I didn't buy this when it first came out. I picked it up on Black Friday, super cheap on 4K. Captain Marvel. I know a lot of you guys hate it. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, I don't like it as much now as I did when I first seen it in the theaters. Like the high of seeing it, you know, it was like, oh my God, this is the first movie going into Endgame. I gotta see this movie. And I think that hype really got me more hyped up for the movie. I still like it. I watched it a couple times since I had it on 4K, and I enjoy the movie a lot. I don't like it as much as I did when I came out of the theater, but I've seen it 3 times in theaters, watched it a few times on Blu-ray. I think it's a solid movie. It's no Wonder Woman, but it's a solid movie, and I hope the second film does even better, or is better. And then we go to the big daddies of them all. We got Infinity War. This is my favorite MCU movie of all time. I love Endgame, and every day I kind of bounce back and forth. It depends what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. I'll take a sip of tea and I'll be like, you know what, I think Endgame is better. Or maybe I'll go and I'll have lunch and I'll be like, you know what, the more I think about it, I think Infinity War is better. But the Russo brothers knocked it out of the park with these movies. Infinity War, I just think, is a solid standalone movie. This movie can stand alone. You pretty much get the premise of all the characters. You get what Thanos is trying to do. You know his motivation, and the villain succeeds. It is not a cliffhanger. A lot of people are like, oh, it leaves off on a cliffhanger. It's not a cliffhanger. It's definitive. Thanos wins. It's a very definitive thing. And I just love this movie so much. I think this is the one movie I'd watched the most out of my entire MCU collection. Like, even when, if I'm tired or something, I would just lay down, put Infinity War on, and I would just sit there, and I'll try to fall asleep, but I'll be so engaged that I'll continue to watch and not be able to fall asleep. Love Infinity War. And of course, Endgame, which came out yesterday, depending on when you watch this video, came out yesterday. I went, picked it up right away, and as you guys know, I don't own any steelbooks in my collection. You're probably like, why don't you own? Because many people are like, Rob, why didn't you get Endgame on steelbook? And the thing is, the covers on the steelbooks look good, but the spines they don't look good, right? Because you got like these stupid indents where the slots have to be in order for the case to move, and when you put all your collection together, it doesn't look uniform. Where I put these together, and they all look uniform, and I'm really like, I have OCD about that. Like, my collection has to be uniform. And I saw this, I picked it up, I was like, man, I can't wait to go home and watch it. Still haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Probably gonna watch it later on today. But man, this is a movie, man. I'll tell you what, Infinity War I think is the best standalone movie. This is like the best conclusion of a saga. This movie is just fantastic. I love it. #1 movie all time at the worldwide box office. So just great movie. Great movie. Well, guys, that is my MCU Blu-ray collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.